everybody, welcome back to the Royal Read. I am so glad you decided to stop by and see what I'm reading on. But before we get started, you already know I ask you to do it every day. Yes, go down in them settings, look around, poke around, and find that subscribe button. And go ahead on and subscribe. And while you're in there, hit your notification bell too so you'll know when I upload or when I just want to pop in. And give me a thumbs up to fight my nemesis, that beast, that algorithm. It drags me up and down these internet streets on the daily. Also, right about here, that's our join button. That's for channel memberships. And if you choose to become a channel member and a part of the reading club, you will be supporting my channel to grow, to improve, and to continue. And I will be so grateful, so thankful, so over the moon appreciative of your support. Also, if you want to do a one-time donation, our Super Thanks button is right over there, and all donations to the channel is always greatly appreciated. Also, I want to do a shout out. I have a shout out. I want to shout out Black Pearl. Black Pearl, thank you for supporting this channel, and thank you for being such a great supporter of this channel. I am so appreciative, and thank you for the super thanks. All right, with all that said, let's get to the read, y'all, because of course, we have a lot as usual. And y'all know when I was putting the read together, y'all know what I do. I jumped in these internet streets, and that's where I have been most of the day, making my rounds on all the social platforms. I was over to Blue Sky. Blue Sky, the squatties over there are continuing to migrate over there. And I'm telling you, some good conversations are being had over there. And then I went to TikTok, and like I said, TikTok, I saw a few videos about Harry and Meghan, mostly reminiscing videos about stuff that has happened, in the past. And then I made my way over to Instagram, and Instagram is being Instagram all over the place. But they're talking a lot about Harry, Meghan, and Archewell, how Archewell has raised a good little chunk of money, and they are reporting just good news over there. And we're going to talk about some of that a little later. And also, they're talking about Harry and Prince Ciso. They're going to have an art exhibit in New York City coming up. Yes, a lot of news coming out of Montecito from the Sussexes. And then, they're also dragging Kate. She wrote a letter, ahead of this Christmas carol nonsense that she does every year. And so people are just calling her out for being completely and absolutely tone deaf. But where is the news in that? Because she has always been entitled and tone deaf. But I digress. And let's see what else the squads are talking about. Well, let me just say this. I made my way over to X, formerly known as Twitter, and the squatties over there are talking about all of that. And they're also talking about an article that's in the Daily Mail that's talking about this documentary that we discussed the other day. The one from Germany that they're making about Harry and Meghan that's supposed to be coming out. I think it's coming out today. I think it out on the 3rd. But it's an article in the Daily Mail, and we're going to go through that nonsense because it is the most ridiculous article. I'm just saying. But we're going to start with this. We're going to start with Archewell, and I'm going to put this up. And it says Harry and Meghan's charitable organization, Archewell, has reported growth in the 3rd year of operations. It has. Y'all know how they was giving Harry and Meghan a hard time last year, saying that they only raised, I think it was $2 million, and when they first started Archewell, I think they had $8 million. But we all broke all that down, and you always, when you start an organization, you start out with a lot of funds and you don't spend all your funds. Archewell still had a large amount of money on hand after after that second year, so they didn't have to raise all that much money. But this year they raised $5.3 million, doubling what they did last year. But let's go on. I'm getting ahead of myself because I'm excited. I love seeing Harry and Meghan winning. And they are winners. Why wouldn't they win? I'm just saying. But let's go on. It says, have reported growth for the third year of operation, receiving 5.3 million in grants, more than doubling the 2 million raised the previous year. Yes. Yes, Daily Mail. Yes, Daily Express. Yes, Daily Mirror and any other daily that they have over there. Yes. And they be knowing better. And I did I think I brought it up on a podcast where they was over there breathing down Archewell's neck trying to find out what their tax returns were. Like Archewell has no obligation to show their tax returns, but they do it. And then they had the nerve to write an article saying that money had disappeared when they knew that Harry and Meghan they didn't have any obligations to file that particular money on that particular tax filing, and that it was going to show up on the next tax filing, which is this tax filing. And that's exactly what happened. They always be trying to find an angle, some way to try to paint Harry and Meghan in a bad light, and they the one come up looking greasy. Because at the end of the day, Harry and Meghan always try to do it right because they know exactly who they dealing with. They know these flying monkeys are just looking for anything, and they always crossing the T's and dotting the I's. And I love that about them. I'm just saying. All right, I'm going to put this one up. And it says, Archewell comes out swinging. Bang goes the talking points. And what they're talking about is, of course, in People, is this article saying Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's Archewell Foundation raises 5.3 million in the third year, dispelling missing million claim because it was made up. It was made up in the first place. That was something that the Daily Fail made up just to be able to have an article, just to try to paint Harry and Meghan in some kind of negative light. And they even corrected their nonsense within their own article and saying that although it didn't show up on this tax filing, it could show up on the next one. They had no obligations for it to show up then. But it was just nonsense. And I just love that for them. And I love something else for them. I love that Harry and Meghan, their go-to is the American press. They serve them folks up dust across the pond when it comes to any kind of information from them. They have to get it secondhand. They have no control whatsoever. And I just love that for them because they deserve it. I'm just saying. All right. And the second thing they're talking about Archewell coming out swinging is Meghan Markle and Prince Harry partners with Ashley Biden to empower women impacted by trauma. Yes, you heard it. Harry and Meghan are partnering with the president's daughter, Ashley. Absolutely. In these streets doing big things. That's what Harry and Meghan is doing. While they're over there acting like they don't understand that, trying to make up lies, trying to create scenarios that out of thin air, like millions done disappeared. Stop it. And I'm gonna put this up. This is the article in People. They go to American news sources. And I just love it. I don't know why they choose People because sometimes I give people the side eye. But evidently, Harry and Meghan continues to let them know what's going on. Well, at least the stuff they want them to know that's going on. And so they deal with people. So since they deal with people, I deal with them too. But like I said, sometimes I give them the side eye because sometimes they be coming up with some nonsense. But I digress. I'm gonna put it up. It says Meghan Markle and Prince Harry partners with Ashley Biden to empower women impacted by trauma exclusive, which means Harry and Meghan gave it to them, which means Harry and Meghan keeps dealing with American media, not those flying monkeys across the pond. And I just love that for them. I'm just saying. It says the Duke and Duchess of Sussex Archewell Foundation is a founding partner with Ashley Biden's Philadelphia Wellness Hub for Women. And it goes on to say Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's annual report from Archewell Foundation reveals that the charity connected to the nonpartisan initiative launched by Ashley Biden, people can exclusively reveal on December the 2nd, Archewell Foundation published its impact report for the 2023-2024 year, showcasing the Duke and Duchess of Sussex ongoing philanthropic efforts through the organization they founded in 2020, while also highlighting their support for Ashley's Women Wellness Center. According to the report, which is exclusively shared with people, the Archewell Foundation is a founding partner of the Women's Wellness Space, a trauma informed wellness center for women in North Philadelphia, created by Ashley. Ashley, 43. And then they kind of go into that, saying that she's the daughter of President Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden. And it says, let's see what it says. It says she's a social worker by trade, according to the Archewell Foundation 2023 tax records reviewed by people. The organization donated $250,000 to the women's wellness space. Harry and Meghan keep getting out here, showing up, and keep doing good. And I love it. I do. People understand that the women wellness space closely aligns with Archewell Foundation's mission to elevate mental health, a core belief of the organization's work. As founding partners, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex resonates with the center's commitment to supporting women in need. And I'm going to put this up, and it says Prince Harry and Prince Ciso to unveil art exhibit entitled Friends in collaboration with Key Smith Gallery in New York City from December 14th through the 19th. The totality of the revenue will be given to Cinebale. Harry and Meghan provides real help, unlike the out of touch Kate Middleton and Willie. Where is the lie? Yes, but yes, Harry is going to be in New York City, him and Prince Ciso, and they are doing other things. Usually for Cinnabale, it is just a polo match yearly. But now look at them, they're expanding out. They're doing a art exhibit to raise money for Cinnabale. I love it. I love it. Just good news coming out of Montecito. And I'm going to put this up. And this particular squatty just absolutely said what I said earlier and why I am just thrilled with all this news that's coming out of Montecito and how it's coming out exclusively to American media. It says the fact that American media is the go to for the Sussex exclusives must drive the British press up the wall. And I love it. She got my I love it. I love it. It's exactly what they deserve. Where is the lie on that? because they had the whole thing on lockdown when Harry and Meghan was over there across the pond and still a part of that working family over there. Well, working royals, as they call it. That was another term that they made up just to exclude Harry and Meghan. But if they were still over there participating in that nonsense that they call a family over there, they would have had to go through the rotor. And now Harry and Meghan only allows them to have the crumbs that falls from the table. And let's not get it twisted. They are so happy to get those crumbs because I bet you all of this is going to lead out on all the front pages over there. They are happy with the scraps. I'm just saying. I'm gonna put this up. This is kind of out of pocket. It don't fit into any thing that's in the podcast tonight, but I just wanted to talk about it. And it says, which this is what has happened. They have asked people if they would like a portrait of Charles, and it's free, and people are still not wanting it. It said, would you like to see a portrait of King Charles III hanging in your local hospital or school? They were offered for free, but take up has been low. Fewer than 3% of hospitals have said yes. Why? And this particular squatty reposted that and said this: the people have spoken. The public is showing less warmth for Chuckles compared to his mother. Where is the lie? Everywhere you went in Great Britain always was a picture of the Queen. The Queen was everywhere, and people wanted to have the Queen everywhere. I remember when this story came out, and I think it was a particular college. I can't remember what college it was. And y'all tell me in the comments if you remember this story too. A particular college that did not want the Queen's portrait hung, I think somewhere. I can't remember where in the college, but they did not want the Queen's portrait to hang there. And it was a big, I mean, it was a big thing. And people felt some kind of way about that. And the media, I'm telling you, it was all over the place. They were just saying, how dare them not want the queen, the queen, the queen. It is nothing being said that even hospitals, it says hospitals and schools don't want to have nothing to do with Charles hanging up. And they giving it to them for free. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I love this picture because that's the way I feel. It is so funny to me and so deserving for him. I'm just saying. All right, y'all. I'm gonna put this up. And Kaiser has written another article about an article, and y'all know I am absolutely doing everything I can do to keep from giving them a click. So of course, when I saw this, I wanted to talk about it. And it says, this is what Kaiser posted. It says, Princess Kate, away the pressure of daily life, we can live with love and kindness. Y'all know what that's about. She wrote a letter prior to this carol that she's doing. And this was the name. I think this was one of the passages or one of the lines in the letter. It says, away from the pressures of daily life, you can live with love and kindness. Well, I'm telling you, I cannot. Now she wanted to talk, isn't she? When has she ever showed any love or kindness to anybody except her immediate family? When has Kate showed any kind of kindness or love for anybody? I'm just saying. And, you know, of course, they came for her about that. And this particular squatty wrote as a response of Kaiser's post and said, Kate Middleton has to be the most tone deaf, hypocritical, evil Karen in that palace alongside with Camilla. Where is the lie? They are two birds of the same feather. No, I don't think that sounds right. They are two birds of a feather, two sides of the same coin. That is the reason why they have managed to survive in that scorpion den. Because if you're a good person, we all know if you are a good person and if you are a capable person and if you have any shine to you, you get spit right out of there. We all saw it. And that is the reason why they have been able to survive because, like I said, they are the same, they are two sides of the same coin, a bird of the same feather. I don't think that's right. A bird of the, what is it? A bird, the same, wait a minute, what am I trying to say? Two birds of the same feather. I think, whatever it is, that's them. I'll just put it that way. Kate cares about no one but her vile, selfish self. Where is the lie in that? Because we saw it on full display at the Queen's funeral. We saw it on full display when they went out there to view those flowers and her mask slipped and she actively, in front of God and everybody, stepped in to Meghan to bully her. We saw exactly who Kate Middleton was that day. And we have saw it time and time again. How she allowed that lie. She and I believe her and her family. And William put out that lie. Kensington Palace put out that lie that Meghan had made her cry. This is who Kate Middleton is. This is Kate Middleton, the one who will sit and pretend like she is playing a piano when everybody know she is faking. Kate Middleton is the person who will absolutely, and it's funny to me why people don't think Kate Middleton would fake cancer when she actually sit in front of the world and fake playing the piano. Not once, but twice. Not once, but twice she did that. And so faking cancer is nothing when it comes to Kate. Kate would do anything, anything that's needed in order to secure her position within that family. She is something else. And I went and found that article that Kaiser had written, and it's called Princess Kate, away from the pressure of daily life, we can live with love and kindness. And evidently, let's see who the Times wrote this. Kaiser is reviewing one of the articles out of the Times, and she says the Princess of Wales annual piano recital is scheduled for Friday. The Together at Christmas caroling show will be filmed at Westminster Abbey and then aired on ITV on Christmas Eve. In years past, the event has not gotten any kind of higher viewership because who in the world absolutely want to sit and waste their time for this woman to center herself? I mean, who would want to see that? And my whole thing is this. They used to criticize Meghan, and Meghan has never centered herself. But they always criticize her. Y'all remember when Meghan did that Vogue cover? And when they asked Kitty Cat to do the Vogue cover, she put herself on the cover. Megan said, "No, I don't want to be on the cover. I'll do a editing. I'll do a guest editing." And Megan put all the women, all these groundbreaking women on the cover and a mirror. And they had something to say about that. Oh, Camilla Tominey's flat face self had something to say about that, talking about it was too many women of color. And why didn't they put the queen on there? That's what this woman said. And if Megan had to put the queen on there, they would have accused her of using the queen for clout. But Yet and still, they always set up the scenario where Megan couldn't win for losing. But yet, this person right here, this kitty cat, can't lose for winning. Anything and everything she did, if Megan had to sit on that stage and pretend like she was playing the piano, oh, I'm telling you, the walls of Westminster Abbey would have came down around her. And you best believe it would have, because the British press would have brought them down, all down around her. But yet and still, Kitty Cat can sit up there and pretend like not one time, but twice that she was playing the piano. It's ridiculous. But I digress. And it says in past, I'm gonna reread it. It says in past years the event has not gotten any kind of higher viewerships, but is considered a success because everyone has agreed that this kind of busy work suits Kate, especially since Kensington Palace staffers are the ones largely organizing this whole mess. This year, Kate wrote a letter to the Royal Service attendees, and the royal reporters are trying to hype it. And y'all know what? I saw one squatty said, "We all know that Kitty Cat cannot bring the eyeballs. She cannot." And the royal reporters have been trying to hype this, but it has absolutely fell flat. Nobody is interested in it. And then now these flying monkeys trying to associate Harry with this, saying that this is Kitty Cat giving Harry an olive branch through writing this letter, talking about kindness and love. That's an olive branch to Harry, to Prince Harry. We all know that that's not an olive branch. We all know what they do. They trying to bite off a Harry shine in order to try to promote this letter, trying to promote Kitty Cat. That's what it's all about. But this letter has got no traction whatsoever. Nobody cares. Okay, this is what it says in the Time article. It says the Princess of Wales has described the importance of taking ourselves away from the pressures of daily life and finding space to live as she gradually returns to public duty after cancer treatment before hosting her annual Together at Christmas carol service for 1,600 guests at Westminster Abbey on Friday. Kate has written the people who will attend smaller community carol services across the country in the coming weeks. Oh, okay. It said in an emotional letter which used the word love 11 times, she said that when people can't stop for a moment, as she has done this year while receiving treatment, they can find the time to live with an open heart, with love, kindness, and forgiveness. This woman needs to stop. This woman needs to stop. She has no idea what love is, kindness is, or forgiveness is. Okay, she is a full on mean girl and is phony, fake as a $3 bill. This is who Kate Middleton is. Always have been, always will be. And when she came in contact with a genuine person like Meghan, she showed herself. It said, since completing her chemotherapy in the summer after being diagnosed with cancer at the start of the year, and taking several months away from public life, Kate, 42, has signaled that her recovery is ongoing and her return to public duties will continue to be gradual. This woman needs to stop. This woman needs to stop. Let me read that again. It says, has signaled that her recovery is ongoing. From precancerous cells, your recovery is still ongoing. You maybe had a DNC or you maybe had a hysterectomy or something like that. That's 6 weeks tops. Stop it. And then talking about her recovery is ongoing. Her return to public duties will continue to be gradual, meaning that she don't want to work. She's never wanted to work. Like I said, even at Kate's best, it's hard for her to reach 100 events or 100 engagements a year. I mean, it has been some years that Kate has not even did 100 engagements. The Queen was clocking 300 engagements in her 90s. So she needs to stop. And the Queen had bone cancer and still was showing up for events. And 2 days prior to her death, did one of those. But yet and still, this woman wants us to believe that she had precancerous cells, had treatment for that, and she gradually has to come back into view. Stop it. Stop it. It said at her carol service on Friday, she will be joined by the Prince of Wales. It is thought that their three children, Prince George 11, Princess Charlotte 9, and Prince Louis 6, will all be in attendance, who attended last year. In the letter sent to guests attending 15 nationwide services in the locations including Aberdeen. Well, I bet you nobody don't show up in Aberdeen because William showed up in person and they was not impressed. I'm telling you. Oh, they was not impressed. It said, saying Cornwall, Northern Ireland, and Wales. Well, and I don't think they did so great in Wales either, but I digress. It says, Kate wrote, it, Christmas, is a time for celebration and joy, but it also gives us the opportunity to slow down and reflect on the deeper things that connect us all. It is when we stop and take ourselves away from the pressures of daily life, live our lives with an open heart, with love, kindness, and forgiveness. And she has none of that. She has exhibited none of that. I'm just saying. And Kaiser says this. She says, the thing that sort of kills me about Kate and Charles in particular, using the language of false Christianity, is that they do not give a F about love, kindness, or forgiveness. And we've seen that in abundance in the past decade. Where is the lie? Look how Charles have treated his son. We talked about that in my past podcast, my last podcast, how Charles actually entered into the court record that the reason Harry doesn't deserve security is because the country would not be greatly affected if something happened to him or his family. Where is the kindness? Where is the grace? Where is the forgiveness? Charles has been a trash father, and don't get me on that tonight because this could go on forever. But that is still sticking with me. What that particular commenter said in Kaiser's article that I highlighted yesterday in my podcast about how that was entered into the court record. And then they have the nerve, they have the nerve. Kitty Cat has the nerve to talk about kindness, love, and forgiveness when she has treated Meghan with nothing but contempt. For no reason except Meghan is better than her in every way you can imagine. She did not see the opportunity there for her in Meghan. Megan and her would have been a powerhouse together because we all know Kitty Cat has no redeeming qualities. She has no kind of abilities whatsoever. But working with Megan, who has all of that, it would have lessened how inept she was if she and Megan were working together. I'm just saying. But it says this, it says, Kate is a racist, mean girl. She is. And she has shown herself to be that. She has tried to get that stench off of her. That's what this whole cancer card is about. Trying to get the stench of racism off of her. But people are never gonna forget what she said and what she did and trying to judge her little nephew before he was born. Nobody gonna forget that. And so she has tried to get the stench off of her, but the stench remains. I'm just saying. It says Kate is a racist, mean girl who openly worried about the skin color of her mixed race nephew. This is who Kate is. And it said Kate is the same person who launched a year-long character assassination on her sister-in-law. And it's been longer than a year. The minute Harry opened his mouth and said that he was dating Meghan Markle from Suits, it's been on since then. And when they really found out that Harry was serious about her, and when they met her and found out that Meghan wasn't this airhead, wasn't the airhead like what William had married, Kitty Cat, that Meghan was a woman of substance. Oh, yes, the attack was launched heavily then. And it says, and don't get me started on the privilege of take ourselves away from pressures of daily life. Oh, girl has done a half dozen work events in the past 12 months. What pressure of daily life? Exactly. It is not too many people who could have precancerous cells and take a whole year off and call themselves working, going to Wimbledon, going to Trooping of the Colors, riding in a carriage and getting on a balcony and waving, going to Southport and mumbling out 2 or 3 sentences. I'm just saying. It ain't too many people with precancerous cells get that kind of privilege. But yet and still, she wanted to try to tell us, take ourselves away from pressures of daily life. What kind of pressure does she have? Except that husband of hers who don't care anything for her and remind her each time she opened her mouth that he wants to go screaming and yelling into the night because he cannot stand the torture of her trying to tie 3 sentences together. That's the only pressure I can see. I'm just saying. And it says the Time also confirmed other details about the Christmas Carol thing. William will give a reading as Adam Petery, Richard E. Grant, Sophie Anadako, I don't know how you say her name, and Michelle Dockery. So other people are going to give readings. This is going to be really, really fun, isn't it? A way to spend your Christmas Eve watching something that is going to bore you out of your skull. But at least she's not going to pretend like she's playing the piano this year. She is going to give us a break from that. And of course, every time I do one of Kaiser's article, I have to go in the comments and see exactly what the people are saying in the comments. And I'm going to share a few of the comments. So, no comment from the media about how entitled she sounds. Does she not realize that most people can't take themselves out of the pressure of daily life like she can? She is sounding like Will now. It's like she believes that one carol service is supposed to cure all ills. Until she acknowledged her crimes against Meghan and apologized, she can lose me with love and kindness. And here we go with the new buzzword, empathy, again. And like I said, she is foreign to every one of these, and especially empathy. Because empathy is when you have the ability to feel for another person. And we all know she does not have that ability. She can only feel for herself. She fits right in with those folks over there, her and William. I have said this time and time again. William picked a woman just like him. Kate is just the reflection of him. And Harry picked a woman just like him. Meghan is the reflection of Harry. Kate, it, all she can think about is what it all has to be about her. And that's that whole family over there. That is the way the firm runs over there. It's not about what they do to you. They can smear you, they can scandalize your name on the daily. But yet and still, when you happen to speak up and say, this is what these people are doing to me, they feel like you owe them an apology. Why are you talking? Why are you airing our dirty laundry? Why are you exposing us? And look at Camilla. Camilla has been, I mean, AWOL ever since that documentary came out and exposed her. And it didn't even come hard for her. But she couldn't even take that little bitty smoke. She has absolutely, I'm telling you, that chest infection has served her well because we hadn't saw her in about 2 or 3 weeks. And to come to think about it, it has served us well because us well as well because we hadn't had to look at her horsey face for the past 3 weeks. So I think this is a win-win situation. I'm just saying. This one right here, this particular commenter said this, and it's they say exactly what I just said. Is she and William really are made for each other once you give it some thought. Selfish, vain, lazy, racist, arseholes. Where is the lie? Where is it? I'm looking. I'm looking. They are, I just got through saying this exact thing. They are they are a reflection of each other. They were made for each other. William chose the woman mostly like him. And now he's unhappy with her because he saw what Harry has. I'm just saying. And let's see, let's find another one. It says, it was a huge mistake for the late Queen to not tell William that no permission for marriage would be forthcoming unless Kate and had a proper real job. The fake one she had at party pieces shouldn't have met the criteria. Both Queen Elizabeth II and Anne knew what Kate was about, how lazy she was. And you think they hadn't had a conversation about that? Do you think the Queen and Anne hadn't had that conversation? Because the Queen and Anne, neither one you could consider lazy, at least not by royal standards. Because one thing about those two women, they gonna show up to their event and their engagements. I don't care if it's raining or what is going down, they showing up. And to for Kitty Cat not to actually, even when she was considered herself healthy, she would rarely get past 100 events or 100 engagements a year. So can you imagine when William and Kitty Cat ascends to the throne? When they become king and queen, we probably won't see them. They're going to take a picture and put it in front of the computer and pretend like someone is talking, they are not going to show up to anything. They're going to be in California, in Malibu, or they're going to be in New York City in a penthouse because they want to be in America. William wants to be in America, and he's going to be doing things here in America. Watch and see. They're just waiting until they get the keys to the kingdom, and they're going to abandon the UK because now that Harry and Meghan is in the US, their eyes are looking across the pond. They are. They are looking across the ocean to America so they can come over here and try to interrupt somehow Harry and Meghan's life. It's something going on with William. William is, I'm telling you, a psychologist needs to study his obsession with his brother. I'm just saying. This particular commenter says this woman makes me want to vomit. And the woman below her says, same. She has a platform nonprofits would die for and does nothing at all. Where is the lie? Kitty Cat didn't do anything. She didn't even have a project that she could call her own. She had never even traveled by herself and rarely did an engagement by herself. This who Kitty Cat was before Meghan showed up. And then when Meghan showed up, all of a sudden she was trying to give speeches and mumbling through all kinds of stuff, trying to sit beside Jill Biden and absolutely just embarrassing herself. And I'm telling you, and then they created this whole early childhood thing, and she has not worked on that at all, and came up with 5 questions with no answers. 5 questions, no answers. That's who Kitty Cat is. This and who has the platform that, like this particular commenter said, that she has a platform that nonprofits would die for. And she has done zero with it. And the reason she has done nothing with it is because it's nothing in her head. She has never had an original idea in her whole life. If she had an original idea, she would absolutely be freaked out. This is who Kitty Cat is because you can see it, you can track her. When she first came in there, she dressed like Diana. Then she started dressing like the queen. And then when Meghan showed up, she started dressing like her. She has never had an identity in her life. And then she gets mad because Meghan is better than her. Meghan came into that family a fully formed woman. And Kitty Cat was older than Meghan and still did not know who she was. That's why she's so mad. And she just absolutely does everything they tell her to do, including this letter. And it's just nonsense because it's embarrassing to her because everybody has saw her behavior and the things that she has done and the stench of racism that we still smell on her. And we laugh and we shirk and we dismiss her. I'm going to put this up. And this says William didn't marry her for her social skills. He married her to produce an heir and a spare. When Harry came along with an accomplished, well spoken Meghan Markle, they saw how much better she was than Mumbles and created a plan to destroy her because they knew that Mumbles would never reach Meghan Markle's high level. Where is the lie? They're gonna make me shout up in here because as you can see, when you put Megan's accolades beside hers, it's no comparison there. And that is so true. William did not know what he was doing when he picked his wife. He just picked someone just like him. And then when Harry came along with Meghan, and Meghan was this accomplished woman, well spoken, spoke at the UN, had done all these things prior to marriage, and was so hugely, hugely good at her job. They knew that they had to try to destroy her, but we all know that hadn't happened. That has not happened. She continues to show Kate Middleton up for the mediocre that she is. And Harry keeps showing his brother up for the mediocre that he is. That's why he has a problem with Harry. And they all have a problem with Meghan. Because look at what, let's go to what Charles, Camilla. Camilla was nothing more than a bed hopper. That's what the documentary said. I've been saying it for years. But the documentary pretty much just said that Camilla was a bed hopper. She was a bed hopper. That's all she was. And she mothered Charles. They never tried to find women of substance to become queen. But Harry had a list. And what did Harry say? Meghan was the list. She was accomplished. She was beautiful. She was smart. She was capable. She was a self made millionaire when she came into that family. She was a well rounded human being. She was exceptional. She was extraordinary. And when she came in, it really shined a light on what they had married, what Charles had married, what William had married. Mediocres. I'm just saying. We're going to switch gears a little bit. I want to talk about this article that was written in the Daily Fail, and it's talking about this documentary from Germany. You remember we talked about it in a previous podcast, and basically it's just nonsense. But I'm going to talk about what the Daily Fail is saying about it, and I'm going to put it up. And the title of the article is "The Royal Expert." All these royal experts, and you know I'm a royal expert too, because that's all you have to do to be a royal expert is to say that you are a royal expert. That's what Harry said. That's the only qualifications you need to be a royal expert is to call yourself a royal expert. So I'm calling myself a royal expert. Raw experts slam Harry and Meghan for using their titles to earn huge amount of money as bombshell German documentary exposed couple's elitist California lifestyle. Well, let's unpack that. Okay. Okay. Raw expert. I just got through saying I'm a raw expert. Anybody can be a raw expert. It's ridiculous that these people actually use that as a way to get in print. And they know nothing about Harry and Meghan. Harry and Meghan has served them up dust for the past 5 years. So why are you slamming somebody you don't know? But I'm just saying, it says that they use their royal titles to make a huge amount of money. Well, why is Edward not using his title when him and Sophie tried to make it outside of the firm? Why in the world they did not make a huge amount of money? Why is Beatrice not making a huge amount of money? Why is Eugenie not making a huge amount of money? Why is her husband having to work? Why is she not making a huge amount of money? Why is Zara? Why is she not making a huge amount of money? Why is Peter Phillips over in China peddling milk? Why is he not making a huge amount of money? Having royal titles don't guarantee you make a huge amount of money. The reason Harry and Meghan make a huge amount of money is because they have the capability to deliver whatever needs to be delivered. They are interesting. They bring the eyeballs, and it has nothing to do with their royal titles. I cannot tell you since the beginning, the squatties has said, take the titles because it's not the titles that make Harry and Meghan successful. It is who they are. Harry and Meghan are exciting, dynamic, smart, capable individuals who happen to have titles. They are capable human beings. The reason Sophie and Edward did not make it, even though they had titles, and all the rest of them who has titles, because we got prince and princesses all out there in this world, but none of them are as successful as Harry and Meghan. And you will rarely hear me call Harry Prince Harry, because to the world and the ones whose eyeballs follow them, they are Harry and Meghan. So you can stop with this lie that they made a lot of money off their titles. No, they made a lot of money because they're interesting. They just happen to have the titles. I'm just saying, let's get into it. It said Harry and Meghan suffered a new blow tonight after German documentary accused the couple of hypocrisy while enjoying an elitist lifestyle in the United States. Here in the United States, if you work hard for your money, we don't hate on you for having a great lifestyle. If you're successful here in the United States, that is something that we look up to. Hard work and success, that is the bedrock of who we are as Americans. So, them coming with this nonsense because, excuse me, I don't think Harry and Meghan has done anything dishonest to accumulate their wealth. They have worked hard for it. That is the reason why I have such a problem with them talking about how much money Meghan's clothes cost. Because when it's not coming from the taxpayer, is it really your business? Is it really your business? I'm just saying. So they can just stop. And it says, the program entitled Harry the Lost Prince includes damning criticism of the couple's attempt to build a new life for themselves as charity activists and campaigners since leaving the royal family. I think we just got a report from Archewell. They doing pretty good at being, what did they call them, activists and campaigners. I think they're doing pretty good at that job. But I digress. It says Mail Online was given a preview of the documentary before it was screened to an audience of millions in Germany tonight. It's ridiculous. The program takes a dig at the couple by detailing how their much publicized visits to poverty stricken countries such as Nigeria and Colombia sets uneasy with Meghan's love of expensive designer clothes. What about Kate? What about what she does? And y'all pay for that. Meghan actually works for hers. These people are crazy. It says one stinging voice in the documentary is former soldier Ben McBean, who lost his left arm and had the right leg amputated above the knee after being seriously injured by a landmine blast in Afghanistan in 2008. McBean, who shared a flight home from Afghanistan with Harry, did not hold back in criticizing the prince over his revelations about his family in his bombshell memoir, Spare, and in his Netflix show. The veteran soldier said, I just saw with him kind of whinging about his family, and he was saying something about his brother pushing him over and something like that. I was just like, mate, just leave it out. You and your brother had a little fisticuff, but family is family, you know. Why are you talking? They go and get this dude every time. Why is he talking? They bring him out. This is the same man they bring out time and time again to criticize Harry. And Harry has done nothing but be nice to him and try to help him. But this is what he has done. He is such a Candace Owens. He reminds me of Candace Owens. He's that kind of pick me. I cannot stand that. It said it even pours scorn on them for failing to mix with wealthy neighbors. Are you kidding me? It also pours scorn on them for failing to mix with wealthy neighbors in the celebrity enclave of Montecito, California, where they have made their home with children Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. But Harry and Meghan may be most uncomfortable with the documentary, reminding viewers that they had admitted spending just 1 hour a week working for their charity, Archewell. I can't with these people. They are hilarious, saying that they don't spend time with their neighbors. And you know why they said that? It's because they went over there to talk to their neighbors and they had nobody to talk to. They nobody would talk to them. They have plenty of neighbors that they associate with. Oprah. They with let's see who else live over there. Oprah and I don't know who else live over there, but they have plenty. And they were on their way to go over to Tyler Perry, so Tyler Perry must have a place over there somewhere. It is plenty of people that they associate with. Megan has showed time and time again. Megan already had friends. She didn't need to go there to make friends with the neighbors. And plus, have you saw where Harry and Megan live? It is people don't live close to each other. When Harry go out to get the paper in the morning, he does not have to wave to a neighbor because his neighbor is 2 to 3 miles away. What are they talking about? But this is just nonsense and just a way to try to slam Harry and Meghan. It is just most ridiculous. You telling me you're going to criticize them for working and making their money. I want to and I want to read this part because I was saying to myself, y'all remember in my last podcast, I think it was in my Sunday podcast when I first mentioned this in a podcast about this particular documentary. And I said, why? Why Germany? Why? Why is a German television station interested in Harry and Meghan? And I found my answer in this article. And it says, their reputation soared, meaning Harry and Meghan. However, in Germany in September last year, when they attended the Invictus Games, featuring competing injured servicemen and women in Dusseldorf, that is why. That is why this whole thing is happening because Harry and Meghan had become so popular in Germany that this hit piece was created out of whole cloth in order to try to dampen down their popularity. It's always about that family over there. It's always about them. Ah, I tell you. I really feel for Harry. I really do. To have a family like that, it must be so horrible, so frustrating, so infuriating to have people to always try to bring you down. Always, I'm going to try to be good because I'm really, really mad right now because I could not figure that out. I said to myself, why? Why is a German TV station going way to Montecito, you know, trying to talk to neighbors? And why? And that's why. Because Harry and Meghan's popularity was so high in Germany, they saw it and they have to destroy them everywhere they go. Ooh, I'm telling you. It says, but the new documentary, the first TV analysis of the couple in Germany since that word, the M word, even questioned the cost of the Dusseldorf game by pointing out that they were funded by 40 million, whatever their dollars are, donated from Germany Minister of Defense. What? They over there digging in that, talking about the trying to stir up discontent in the German people because the Minister of Defense actually put up money for the Invictus Games. Trying to stir up discontent. Oh, I feel so bad for Harry. I do. I do. The documentary will no doubt leave the couple unimpressed as it extensively quotes British royal reporters and experts talking about the gulf between their supposedly noble work and their luxury lifestyle. This was a hit piece. This was a calculated hit piece, a smear job, because Harry and Meghan was so popular in Germany after the Invictus Games. This is what this was about. We should have known. That's all I could say. We should have known it was coming. Mm. I'm gonna put this up. And of course, I'm gonna put up the clowns. And Charles is continued a clown because this documentary has the fingerprints of Buckingham Palace all over it. It is a hit piece. And this who Charles is. He's so jealous. He is a jealous, petty, petty man. That is the reason why he is a clown. And I forgot one of the commenters in the comments today was talking about that Charles and them are more German than they are English. And that is why Germany matters to them. And this is why we have got this hit piece. This clown here. He could not take that his son was popular in Germany, so there they are spreading their nonsense over in Germany. This really, it don't sit well with me. I am not going to lie about it. I am so sick of this clown here. And then also his son. I'm sick of him too. They never ever stop. I feel so sorry for Harry. I feel so bad for him. That is the reason why some days, like today, I did not feel like doing a podcast because I think I'm getting sick. But I come on here anyway because they never stop. This clown here, he never stops. The other one that was before him, his father, they never stop. So we can't stop. Mm. And like I said, I'm going to put this up. If you mess with Harry and Meghan, we going to eat your face off. The Sausage Squad will eat your face off. Bet. Bye, y'all. Bye.